That guy who plays a young Zix is so talented because you can literally see the emotion in his eyes. He looked like he was gonna cry.
Yeah,
I was like damn.
Vulindlela. Yes, indlela sayifuna because now they're trying to run away from the cops, right? So indlela uyayifuna lapho, right? But imagine you are having Vulindlela imoto yami.
Hi, Chef.
At least now the Vulindlela and the moto they connect. What up, guys? We are back. As you all know, we do film reviews, TV shows, telenovelas, and everything.
Mzansi, I am Kay, and this is Reformo. Today we are reviewing the classic Jerusalema feature film. Where can we watch this? Netflix.
Netflix.
We can watch it on Netflix. So
It's on
we're
Netflix now.
gonna react and review. Let's go.
Yeah, pause up here. Amen.
Hey, multi feelings.
They say behind every fortune is a crime.
Why is it written in this German? Why is it written in
According
this
to the
German?
crime.
I don't know.
The
Okay.
inhabitants of hell now call you the African Robin Hood.
I'm just in the business of making a better life for all.
Then how did you acquire your alias? the Hoodlum?
He was very good, especially here.
1994.
He was very good. Yeah.
The New South
His whole run during this time
100
he
years
was
of
good.
oppression. They took everything away from us.
And he had that teenage, he was still young, like he had this thing.
And the procurement industry.
And the transition came from this character to him. It's so good. It's one person. Literally, like it's one person.
I can't drive.
This was so funny.
Yeah.
about varsity?
I guess I'll attend the University of Life.
I got to see a lot of people who like now are older and are acting in other films. I'm like, you were there.
And they look so young, man.
Yeah, they were so young. I even saw like Boy from Total Seduction. Yeah, he was selling guns. I was like,
Profits are running in
he looked so
excess of
young.
$1 million rand a month.
If you're going to steal, steal big.
I know, this was a good
Hell,
movie.
you get away with it. We know who
I
you
think this
We know what
and
you
Soon
do.
Comes Night. It's one thing. Just that one it's more like a documentary.
Who's the main character or actor?
From
Soon Comes Night.
I forgot who's that guy from The Wife. Isn't The Wife name? I forgot his name.
I haven't. Oh, he's the main.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I haven't seen it.
He's so good there.
He's just a good actor in general. This new batch, they cooking.
What I saw was an empire.
After
That's all.
watching Jerusalem
Yeah.
and watching, after watching that one, I realized it's one thing. Just that that's a documentary. They tell everything as it happened.
I actually need
This
to
one
watch
was just a smart person who wrote this because he told that without having that working research straight from the person. Plus, like this, it was just coming from him,
Yeah.
like as a story tale. And that one is a documentary. I thought it was very good.
I need to watch it and we need to review it
Yeah, you must
because
watch it.
I have to make the connection.
Yeah,
Cool.
we just watched the trailer of Jerusalem. It came on
Came out in 2008, man.
8.
Yeah, like it's a classic.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones where you like, yeah, this was, for me, this is the best film out of South Africa.
Out of
besides
South Africa.
Tsotsi.
Besides Tsotsi.
And again,
I was
action.
about to say,
Okay, again, we are good at action. I told you guys, this is an action vibe, action crime.
yeah.
We killed it. We are an action country. Okay, cool. Give us a synopsis. What happens in Jerusalem? Who are the people? You know.
Serious.
Huh?
That's keys.
That's case what?
Keys.
What do you mean?
Synopsis, it's keys.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna read it, hey guys.
Oh,
Because
okay.
some people don't want to do their job as co-hosts. you know.
Come on.
So you must take over, you know. So, so Gangster's Paradise, Jerusalem is a South African crime film. It was released in 2008. It was directed by Ralph, ne?
Ralph Zimano.
Yes, and it's available on Netflix. And yeah, that's all I have. So basically what
Wait, he
happens in
also-
the story.
He also wrote it.
Yes, he did. He wrote and
Crazy.
directed it.
So good.
Fantastic. Let's talk about the story, the synopsis. So what happens is there's a character called Lucky Kunene.
Kunene.
So we are introduced to Lucky at a young age. He's a
his
high school
friend.
guy, and his friend, I forget the friend's name.
Name, yeah. What?
Zakes.
Six. Ukuzmo from Generation.
Yes. So what happens is they start us off there when they are still in high school, and we can see that Ulaki comes from real humble beginnings. There's no food. He has siblings. He has a grandmother, and then Zakes as well, humble beginnings. So they're just struggling to make ends meet. What else happens? But Lucky's really smart.
He's
like
very
he's
smart.
good at
He
school.
wanted to go to vets.
Yes, but he
actually.
couldn't afford it.
Yeah, he didn't get a
He
scholarship.
didn't get a scholarship.
Yeah.
He got rejected.
So he wanted to
sorry.
raise funds for that.
Right, but then that never happened. So what do you do when the school system doesn't work? You turn to crime. So
Especially in townships.
yes, especially
Yeah.
there. So he turns to little petty crimes at first.
Yeah.
So they start robbing like Boma.
They started with cars, ne?
No, they started with shops
With
first.
shops.
Like little petty crimes, just grab and run.
Yeah.
Bread, onions, whatever you need, you know what I mean? Then they went up a notch. They were like,
When
okay.
the comrade came back.
Yes, and taught them how to now hotwire a car. So now they're robbing cars, but the problem is these dudes can't drive. So we get such a funny scene there where they're talking about you need to drive like you handle a woman. So the other guy is like, I've never been.
No, like
He
actually
says
that one he kept quiet, and then that one is like, you're checking with the wrong person. Never been with a woman.
So that's what happens.
That was funny.
We get that funny moment of both of them not knowing how to drive, and then they start learning. Obviously, then they start doing big hijacks, like big guns. They doing big things.
Until they went to rob. Like he had actually quit. Like he decided that he wanted to quit. He didn't want that life anymore.
Right, the life of hijacking
Yeah.
and robbing.
And then they come and ask him to do one last job.
It's always like
which
that, man.
went messy,
Yeah.
and he couldn't return home because police were looking
While
for
looking
him.
for him, yes.
So
What
they-
was the last crime again?
So they went to rob a shop. They were stealing like the washing machine,
Yes,
TVs and
yes.
stuff. Yeah. So like when police were looking for him, him and his friend, they decided to go to Hillbrow. And then once they're in Hillbrow, now they have a taxi. They're just
Yes.
like, yeah.
So then we fast forward, ne?
Yeah, we'll fast forward to when they're
To when they're older. So
Yeah.
what was so amazing about it was that from that transition until now that we're seeing,
Yeah.
it's like the actors were so good. Like they had the same mannerisms. There's two different actors. There's a younger version of Lucky, a
Yeah,
younger version
so
of
good.
Zake, and then fast forward,
And they do the same thing. That was
do
crazy
the
for me.
same mannerisms, same everything. I was like, wow.
Wow,
Performance
that's
direction
so
was
good.
was
Yeah,
great.
that was
So
so good.
anyways, now they're in Hillbrow. So what they do is they hijack buildings in Hillbrow.
Yeah, after they working, so the taxi which they were working on, they were hijacked. It was taken.
Yes, he got robbed. Lucky got robbed.
Yeah.
Then they beat him up. Then
Yeah.
he had to run through.
So I was like, now I have to come with a new way to make
Yeah.
money because the niggas gotta leave.
Yeah, but that was such a the scenes are so Beautiful
the
and
research
rich.
in that movie, you know,
wow,
crazy.
wow, and it's a person
Crazy.
like Ralph wrote it. Like it's from a
Yeah.
story. He did the research.
It's real life.
Crazy.
It's
That's
real
crazy.
life. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
So yeah, so that's what happens. So they start. So Lucky gets robbed. He comes back. He says, "Hey, dude, we need another way to make money." Kulma knows the X.
Music, yeah.
So now they're like, "Okay, cool. Let's hijack them buildings." So they go into buildings in Hillbrow.
Yeah.
You know those abandoned buildings?
Yeah, and at first,
Abandoned,
like,
but not
yeah,
really, because people
yeah.
are living there.
Yeah, and like at first they didn't actually wanna hijack the building.
Yeah.
They just wanted the owners to come and take care of the building.
Right.
So they started an organization, like a non-profit trust
What was it
fund.
called again?
I forgot the name, but it's a trust
Damn,
fund
that's
thing
such a good name.
where all the people who are staying there, they pay to them until the guys can fix the building.
Right, so
And
they're
then
not paying rent to them, to the
Yeah,
guys.
Yes, they pay to them so that the building can be fixed. But then the guy don't win the case in court when now he has to go because now he's not been taking care of the building. Like people are sharing a room, Malvo 20 and
Right.
stuff. And then they started owning the buildings and then now they started hijacking more.
And what was so great about it, they'd go into the buildings, they'd remove drug dealers.
Drug dealers,
What else? Prostitutes.
sex workers.
Lerato said Nigerians. I didn't say that. So, what's her surname? Lerato? So, yes, so they were removing a lot of
They
people.
also like try and take Nigerians away because they believe
were bringing
Nigerians were
drugs.
bringing drugs.
Yeah.
And that's the way on the story it is.
Yeah.
It's the leader of person who was dealing with drugs
In
is
Hillbrow.
Nigerian.
He happens to be Nigerian.
Yes.
Right. So so that's basically what happens, and then there's a long story that happens. Like he meets this girl, then he ends up living with his high school sweetheart, but then she's a bit of a mess, and then what else happens?
Yeah, I think it's that like he met with this girl the other day when he was just talking with his friend. So she's coming to fetch a brother. You mean the white lady, right?
No, the high school crush.
Oh, so
because they were staying together in that flat with Zakes, remember? The high school, yes.
Yeah.
And then after that, she's a bit of a mess though.
Yeah, so you know what she was doing? She was working in a bank.
In the bank, and then she would give them money, then someone would rob them.
The brother was
Yes.
robbing people, yes.
Who was that guy? He wasn't Generations, man.
Yeah, Fats on Rhythm C,
Fats.
2 Fats, yeah. I remember
Oh,
him.
Fats, jeez.
Yeah.
I need to, I want to watch those shows again.
He leaves her and then he start dating the white
lady.
Yeah.
It's really important to note though that this is a post-apartheid film, right?
Yeah.
So they were big on like Rainbow Nation.
Yeah.
So if you notice in this film, there's a lot of what they do is like trying to integrate everyone. So we have the white, what is her name? The girlfriend of Ulaki, the white lady.
Is it Nelly or something?
I forget
Nelly.
him.
It's Nelly.
She's Afrikaans, no? No.
I'm not sure.
They're just-
But it's Nelly.
Yeah, so and then we have the
Shelly.
That was nice.
Crazy. I was close,
It
no?
was close. Then she has the brother, and then her and Lucky start getting into a relationship. And so that's what's interesting about the film. It's really at a pivotal point where it's like South Africa really needs to show that we're uniting. So this was one of those films, other than Tsotsi, that really was like trying to integrate and build and step on that Rainbow Nation sort of ideal that South Africa was really trying to push at the time. So yeah, so that's important to note. I think that's why they brought in the Usheli. Because ideally, Ulaki was meant to end up with his high school sweetheart, the girl that she met.
Yeah. And
Remember?
then in a way what I've noticed, there was that thing of if you grow up in a township, you must end up in the township.
Right.
But as soon as you meet with Shelly, you get to see
Another
just
side.
because people are living in the suburbs, they are bad. It's not everyone who is as you think they are.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a smooth transition to blend because it taught him a lot, like just talking with her and understanding like new things, like yeah.
I agree. Cool. Let's talk about storyline. We just spoke about storyline.
Yeah.
That's the synopsis.
Which was good.
Look, the foundation of this film is strong, fantastic.
Yeah.
Even if there are some glitches I didn't even see. I was so focused on the storyline. Lucky's story is that compelling. I believe him.
Especially his character, like.
I believe him through and through, and I'm rooting for him. I'm like, I want this guy to win. I want him to be rich. I want him to.
And he was a good person. Every time like something happens, like it gets back to. Sometimes you end up having to do something which you shouldn't have done because of something else. For example, at the end when you have to go now and fight with the drug laws, it was because after they killed Shelly's brother.
Right.
And then his friend, the
there's a shootout.
comrade, sold him to the Nigerians.
Because he was a drug addict now.
Yes. And then now, when they came to kill him, they ended up killing Zix. That's when he got angry. He was like, I'm taking them out.
But also, what I like about this movie is that, I feel like a good story will always flip your characters. So you're expecting Lucky to be, we expect people to be all good people, but that's impossible. We're not all good.
Yeah.
We all have good and bad. And that's
Yeah.
the balance, that's the yin and yang. We're good and bad people. So they really play on Lucky's duality of, he's a good guy, he's smart, but he has to do things to survive.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean he's a bad person, but he's done horrible things.
That's South Africa.
He's done bad things to survive.
like-
So has Zake, so has everyone. He used to steal, he used to hijack people's cars. So it's like, I like that the story is good for me because it plays on that, on the duality of the characters of like, you can be good, but you can equally be fucked up and bad. You know what I mean?
That's reality.
Yeah.
That's
Even
reality.
you know.
Yeah. And
He's
you,
bad.
Bad,
Yeah.
bad,
Just
bad,
bad.
She's
Bad,
bad.
bad.
She's bad. She's bad. She's bad.
I feel like we've wrapped. What did
Dude.
you have to add? Yeah.
Oh, like
You had a point and I interrupted you.
I even forgot that point, but I have another one. Like,
Okay.
you remember like the way it started with him getting arrested?
It starts with the helicopters.
Yes, him
And
getting
him,
arrested.
yes,
like,
with the blood on the bed.
and then the lady comes in when he's in jail, and then for the story, the
The
journalist.
journalist.
And then
You
she-
notice how they always use journalists, man.
Yeah, no, but like journalists, they usually drives the story. Even when
Yes.
unseen, it's a journalist. No?
Justice served,
Justice
it's a
served.
journalist.
Yeah, they care, like it makes sense because they know everything. Because these are
Crazy.
people on the front line. Even when there's something happening, they must be there. So like,
Do you think as South Africa we have good journalistic integrity?
we do have. Okay, let me just say we do have good journalists, but they are silenced.
I was
'Cause-
about to say that.
Yeah, because most journalists, like, which are so good at telling the truth, people don't pay attention to them. Like, you can go
You're
to
screaming
Twitter.
to
Yeah.
nothing. You're screaming to
Yeah.
a wall.
If you go to Twitter and check, like, you're a good journalist, nobody pays attention to. And then there are those ones who are just saying things, just.
Name them.
I can't name them, I'm just saying. Like, and then everyone is going to be supporting them. And, like, in South Africa, like, journalists, they die. It's
Yeah.
so sad. Like in South Africa, journalists that there are like a lot of them in 1 year. Like you can count a lot of them. Like you're trying to expose something before you even open your mouth. It's so sad.
There's been a recent production on Mzansi Magic
About journalists.
about Killer Page, yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Like it's so sad. Like I mean, like is it last year or this year? I'm not sure how many journalists which I know which were coming with a lot of stories like. Obvious in involving like your politicians and stuff.
Yo, you died quick there.
Yeah, like you will go in media make like fast. But yeah, I really love the way
Honestly.
they introduced that, and then now
We go
he's
back.
telling the story.
Right.
Yeah,
Do you think Lucky is a reliable narrator?
I felt like that was so good the way he was.
But do you
telling
think
it.
he's reliable?
Oh, I get what you
You
mean.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're seeing it from his perspective.
Yes,
so
we're seeing it from his perspective.
yeah, so
Which was so smooth.
he can change facts around because
Yeah.
I was saving those people in the building. But
Because I remember when he said like he said with a smile you can. Did he say you can change your life? But he said with a smile you can change your life in Joburg. But a smile and a gun. He said something else about that. Do you remember this line?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like he said this line like, and then there was a pause and a moment where we were like, this is so true because his life changes when he takes the gun. Like from after they talk, he's working the tricks. That's when he was like, I'm gonna smile, but now I need
Got
a
a
gun.
gun. But I feel like that's
Yeah.
true. I feel like everyone needs a smile and a gun.
And a gun.
Yeah.
We need guns.
Yeah, no, we do.
Yeah, we need guns. Because wow.
So,
Yeah.
and hence I was saying, I feel like that's what makes the
Yeah.
story interesting because it is from his perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's the most reliable, but I mean, we're seeing everything from his point
From
of
his
view.
point of view.
Which is so interesting that the writer and director did
I
that.
thought the way he narrated was so beautiful.
Nah.
Yeah, like I thought that was so
Fantastic.
beautiful. What else?
Let's speak about the themes. We spoke about the storyline. Let's go into
Hmm.
the theme. Let's go into theme, then directing.
Poverty.
Poverty is one.
Poverty like start everything. Pushes
Yes.
us to crime. It pushes us to okay, we can also go back to is it before because we have to remember that this guy also moved the story forward, the comrade when he comes back because he
Right.
was a comrade and then
Right.
when he comes it's like when we struggled and then in 1994 and that's what Lee and I says. So when Mandela became president we thought like we were gonna have like housing,
Yeah.
like your shelters, food and everything, but it never happened. And then a comrade such as, who is this guy's name? Nazareth. didn't get to have anything. He ended up being in prison for something. So when he came back now, he just wanted to make a living for himself, which is the very same thing which happens from the other one which we're going to talk about. So I thought like that was so smooth because this is the truth. If you check how things transitioned in 1994, you check now, we have more people who are poor. Okay, like back in the days, yes, people were poor, but I don't think people who were struggling with food in that sense. Like I mean, like back in the days we used to do more farming and stuff, but now even farming is no longer in our hands. Like, you know,
this is reminding me of that. Remember we shot there by what was that building we shot at with that group of pensioners?
Oh,
it was the
it's
Kulumani
the
group.
same Kulumani group.
Yes, and they were the ones who were
like part of people who struggled.
Yes.
But then they
After
are
1994,
they haven't benefited anything.
Exactly, they're homeless. They're
homeless, like,
so
it's
it adds on to what you were saying, that it is that cycle of poverty. And
it
drives you to crime.
Yes. So like you see that part of Nazareth, I feel like he's the one who comes, because I remember like when they were walking and then he comes back and then they're like, oh, you are back, and then they start having those conversations. So you can tell they were always inspired by him because he was a good person. This person
but then
before.
He had to.
And then poverty came after that thing, was like, nah, a nigga got to make a living. And now they face the very same thing because you're like, okay, I want to go to university, but
with what?
With what?
Exactly.
I have to pay the fees. I don't have money.
And like, I just feel like when you have to like apply for these scholarships or bursaries, it's like you gotta beg. Like, I'm poor. Like, what else can I tell you? Like,
you know what I mean?
Like, give us your tax. What? How much do your parents make? Nothing. I don't have. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And I think like I always say, like every time you have to apply something in South Africa, it's like they just don't want you to apply.
What they ask you for is ridiculous.
They will require a lot of things. 20 documents. You have to apply, bring these guys. If you don't want with your funding, just leave it because I need to pay. Like,
we are tired, but
we just want to be out of poverty.
Is my ID not enough? Yes, certified.
I'm from South Africa. My ID says I'm poor already. Like bands, like you said, I'm still using the green book.
Exactly, we're tired, guys. So you fix that. So, sponsors, bursaries, band, please. So in terms of, we've spoken about theme story, let's speak about the direction or the director. So the director is the same as the writer, so that's a good mix that we have there. So what do you think about the directing?
Very good, King.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
He was new. I mean, like, from writing this and directing this, because before you even get to directing, like, writing this, I don't know, but this was so smooth for me. I feel like he did like a good job, like a very good job. And directing, I don't think like there were moments where I'm like, this was not done well, because for everything which was happening, it was complementing what was yet to happen. So I thought that was so smooth because you check when they're doing the shots, the moment where they're raiding people out of the building. And the stuff like those shows when they're showing like everything and stuff. I'm like, this is good blogging, like good storytelling. I thought, the director was good.
Do you think they had a big budget?
I don't think so.
I also don't think so. I think they really worked with what they had.
And that's so smart.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like they really.
Imagine.
You can tell though it wasn't the best budget, but the story was executed so well.
And when the story is told so well, even like you can't even see like those minor mistakes.
For sure.
Like you don't get to see them.
It's not like the one we were reviewing the other time.
The other day.
But I wouldn't say. But anyways, in terms of directing, I have to agree with you. I have to say that I don't know, it was just executed so well. Like I really,
so well.
Even the research of it all, I think it was very well researched.
Yeah, the research, it's what blew my mind.
Historical points where it's like, okay, this was what happened 1994. This is what the expectation was from the people.
Explain you the minutes, like things which were working, they were saying like during the Codesa.
For sure.
Like that was so smooth. They explained everything about the housing. People are gonna benefit this and this. 5 years later, there's nothing. 10 years
Exactly.
later, there's nothing.
Exactly.
So like, yeah.
I think it was so well, and then so well researched as well, and also just it really. I think this movie really spoke to me because it was the reality.
Yeah.
Even during those voiceovers where they're giving you that information, you're like, damn,
Yeah.
this is painful.
You really get to think, Uri, as South Africans, we are struggling. It
Yeah.
get to that point where you are
Still.
like, we are struggling.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere.
Ish. The richer get richer, poorer get poorer. It is what it is. Hey, okay, cool. So directors, let's speak about the characters. We have Lucky, we have Zakes, we have
The casting
Shelly,
team.
we have Abo Naza, whatever.
The
We
casting
have
team.
Nazareth. We have who's Shelly's brother? No one knows the
Shelly's
name.
brother. I
I
don't know.
forget the name, but he
And
was
then
into drugs.
there's Swart, who is
The cop.
yeah, Blakey Swart.
That's a funny name, though.
You know, he gave
considering
me yeah, he gave me
Black.
he gave me this character like when he came in and then he was like to like Kunene, I'm gonna get you. There was like the way he said it, and then it gave me Arnold Vosloo. Do you remember Arnold Vosloo from Hard Target? He's a South African from Pretoria. He was acting in Hard Target. Yeah.
I probably know their
And,
face. Eh?
And then he was also in the Scorpions What. He was also in the series what's this series? 24. Is it 24?
I haven't seen
You
it.
guys don't know Arnold Vosloo?
Show us the picture, Banta.
Eh?
Do you
Arnold
know?
Arnold Vosloo from Pretoria, right? He came back now. He was
No,
staying in the US for some time.
Let's speak about like
Yeah, let's speak about Lucky. Transition. Yo,
fantastic. Ne?
okay, like the working, what is this? Your earrings, is it? It's earrings, ne? They're the same with that character. Their eyes, same. Like when you're looking at that guy and then you're looking at him now when he's old. It's like the casting like did very well. Like it was like
I think it was so fantastic how they did that, and also how both of those actors, their characterization of
Yes.
stepping into and being Lucky, the younger version,
Yeah,
and the older
that
one.
one.
Aye.
And they didn't change
Fantastic.
anything.
Oh.
It's like when they were blocking, these ones were there and these ones were there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, when we come out here, we are again like, cause even now when they're old, these Zags is still that Zags.
Yeah.
Like always listening to like he knows like he's the smart one and he's not arrogant, but he's always there like to serve. Like
Right.
that was so smooth. The way his character, like, hey, you,
Good, man.
hey, he was so good in Jerusalem. I've seen him in Generations, I've seen him in many things, but here,
But this guy, Rapulana, has had such a good run in terms of
yeah,
the jobs he gets.
Yeah.
Like he was in this was all like post apartheid, like
Yeah.
bringing everyone together, because he always ends up with white women, which is crazy. Crazy. White wedding, blesses, something to paradise, or is it just called Paradise?
yeah.
Paradise. What else? He was
And then
in
even
a
on the comedy
lot.
ones with the other guy, I
He
forgot
was
his
on
name.
like he's got so many roles and he has range. Which one?
Not Mad Buddies. Mad Buddies, it's that one.
The other one.
And Leon, is it Leon Schuster?
Leon Schuster.
Yeah,
Damn.
but yeah, not that guy.
That guy, they're together.
Yeah, they are always together. They even went to the Queen
Yes.
together. Like always so good. Like
So
Still 2 million.
how to yes,
Yes.
he is amazing. He is in Tsotsi.
yes. It was
He's an
there.
unseen. Wow.
Wait, it's there. How did I miss
How
him?
did you miss that?
Like-
He's watched it. He's always yapping here, telling
No,
us
the
about
thing is
us.
that like I was focusing on the lady. Bergman.
You are focusing on the lady.
Umfatika
Gail.
Gail, she's so good there. She was.
What
just
were you
good.
focused on her? What about the
Because she was
other?
killing the role.
Just the role or the face card was killing
Yeah,
you.
hey,
Her
keep-
face card was killing you.
Give Miss SA. She was
Fatima.
killing the role. She was killing the role though. She was killing the role. But yeah, Lucky was very good. Lucky was very good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's speak about Zakes and let's speak about Shelly. Zakes, what do you think of him as a character? What does he add to the story?
Oh, I think like when it comes to, I mean like it's township. Nobody lives by themselves in a township. If you think about it, like if you're living in the townships, there's a squad, there's some gang, or there's just two people who live together.
Okay.
Like it's not a place where you can like, I'm just gonna be by myself. Like the life of township, it's in a way that you have to rely on someone
To survive.
Yes, to survive. And that's what it was giving to them because they had each other's back.
Yeah.
In a way that they never introduced us to Zakes family. That was crazy.
He doesn't
but
have a family, does he?
they like this. I'm not sure, but I remember like the girl working. The younger brother or younger sister who was
just like,
why is he
Zakes
always
always
eating here?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. And he was at the table. And that guy who plays a young Zakes is
Yes.
so talented because you can literally see the
Yeah.
emotion in his eyes. He looked like he
Yes.
was going to cry.
Yeah,
I was
like
like, damn.
he was very good, and I feel like they had this relationship like it was like they were brothers for real because remember that's when Zakes dies, he loses it, like he loses it, like
Yeah.
I'm
It's
really-
going down. I got my gun. Let's go.
I can risk everything for this. But like his character, in a sense, wouldn't have surfaced if Zakes was not there because he got his back all the time. He was just there to be his back. Because in a sense, when they are always driving when they drive the story forward, you realize that everything that happens, he's there.
Yeah.
If Lucky is gonna do the thinking, Zakes is gonna do the team. Like, okay, I wanna do this and this and this, and then can you get me this? Zakes knows where to go. So I thought like that was very good, and their characters were interlinked in a way.
Also a point. Lucky would have gone to prison without Zakes. Because
Yes.
when they were robbing
When they were
place,
robbing
Lucky
the
got
shop,
shot, and
yes.
Zakes took him out of there, drove the car, everything. Yeah.
I also think
Also
Zakes
true.
is like a big catalyst for
Yeah,
Lucky.
it's
Just in
very
terms
big.
of his character development. Yes, we get to see them as brothers
Brothers, yeah.
and all of that, but then what drives Lucky to a point of to a breaking point is when he loses Zakes.
When he
So
loses
he
Zakes, yeah.
becomes extremely violent
Cause
and volatile. Like he's going through a lot.
and the loyalty,
Right.
it's
He's lost it now. It's gone. Who does he
'cause
trust?
Now, who do you trust? Like
And I
the
mean-
white lady is no longer there as well.
And
She's
Shelly
like, "I'm not
bounced.
coming."
Like Shelly said,
I'm not coming,
he said, yo.
but I'm gonna take the Benz.
Hey, when you look at that Benz now, you're like, eh.
Look. And it was a thing back then.
You saw someone in that boxy ass Benz, you were like, my
Yeah.
brother, are you
'Cause
serious?
when they explain Nazareth coming back as the guy who was driving a big car, and you see the big car, like, is this a big car?
But you see, that's so funny because, again, it's told from Lucky's perspective. So this is how he's
Yeah.
seeing things. He's like, he's coming in a bigger car into smaller yana.
Yeah, but like I feel like back in the
Compact
days it was a thing, yeah?
Yeah,
Back in the days it was a thing.
Yeah, let's speak about Shelly as a character. So we have Shelly who meets Lucky where? Where do they meet, Gonja?
So Lucky and he's having an argument with, is it Nazareth or who? In a club or something. They were coming out of a building.
Right. Oh,
So
yes,
it
she's
was-
looking for her brother.
Yes, and then he wanted to pass the road, and then she comes driving, she almost like
Hits
bump into
him,
him.
yes.
And then she's crying. Yes.
Yes, then she's
and then
going
she
through
started
it.
crying, saying, "Oh, they're gonna kill my brother, blah blah blah." And then he was like, "Let me go with you." And then
Right.
he goes, get the brother, drops him there, and he asked her, like, I thought that was very important. He asked her, why do you rich people always leave your rich places
And come here
to these
to
places?
Hillbrow.
of poverty?"
Yeah.
So she's like, when you are rich, poverty is charming in a way. I'm like, that's crazy. And
But that's true.
And true, yes, because when you look at things which you don't have, you always wanna have it.
Right.
And as a rich person who is staying in Sandton now, when you see people who are enjoying themselves in the townships, you're like, those guys are having fun. I wanna go and have fun there. So now you wanna live that life and go that. I thought that was so smooth.
I agree. I mean, if you go to these events in town, you'll see
The vibe.
the vibey places. You won't see. You'll see people from Sandton. You'll see
Yeah.
people from. You
Yes,
understand? I'm not gonna say too much, but you see
Yeah.
people. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you have seen.
I've never. I actually can't see at all. So that's what's up. So yeah. So another character that I do want to speak on is the drug lord. What is his
the
name?
Nigerian guy.
Yes, Eugene. He is actually not
wait,
Nigerian.
Wait, before you explain. You remember last time when we had the review, I'm like, there's a character I love from Imposter. We talked
forgot.
about something.
That's why I kept quiet. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like we talked about
Sorry.
Malusi.
yeah, we talked about something and I was like, there's this other
Yes,
character
you
I
did mention
love,
him, yes.
but I forgot his name and he's
Yeah.
not getting like roles. I was wondering where he was.
Yes.
This guy.
It's this guy.
Yes, he's so good, Kay. Like, what do
He's
you
good,
think?
but that Nigerian accent was not.
Like,
He's an amazing actor, but now when I
He's
watch
like-
back, I'm like, that's a bit offensive.
yeah, I was trying to mimic the.
I know. But like when I watched it earlier, you were like, yo, okay. Now I watch it, I'm like, bro, it hasn't aged well.
Yeah, and like, when I was watching it again, I was like, back in the days, it was eating a lot.
Nah.
This is not as eating as it used to eat.
But that's the thing, when you rewatch something, you're like, oh, I used to think. You see that Benz, I was like, and now I look back, I'm like, this box.
Like,
You understand?
what do you want from this?
So-
Like, yeah.
So that guy, I felt like he's such a fantastic actor.
Actor.
Yes, the Nigerian accent is not giving, but him in general, playing a drug dealer who goes into these places and feeds people, like
Yeah.
literally gives people drugs to get
Yeah.
them addicted, to make money.
Yeah.
Again, the duality of it all. He's selling drugs to people to make a living. Do you understand?
And he does mention it in a conversation that I'm just trying to make a living.
You understand? So everyone is what I like about it, the theme is always prominent. It's
Yeah.
like everyone is in a cycle.
Yeah.
We are all trying to survive, and in order to survive, sometimes you have to do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Sorry.
And like going back to the storyline, I feel like it's coming from this line where they feed us that Nigerians, drug lords or
Yes.
something, because it just goes direct to them.
Yeah, it does.
And like I feel like, hey,
Yeah, when I rewatched it, I was like, this
Yeah.
is really painting.
they painted them very bad.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't a good.
Jerusalema like dominated so much that everyone was talking about it, and
Right.
it gave everyone that perspective that Nigerians are
drug
bad.
dealers.
And now when you look at every Nigerian, you just think, oh,
Drug dealer.
nah, you know, but which is not true, because if you check on the cycle of drugs and everything, they are not even on the bargaining. On the forefront, the Nigerians.
Who
They
is on
come
the
somewhere
forefront?
here.
Who's
It's
on
always
the-
them,
Who?
the storytellers.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Like in like in drugs business, at the top, there's always white people.
That's
it's
true.
either from these small countries, big but small, like those rich countries, but they are not that big. I forgot, like I remember they once intercepted like a ship, like a very big ship, in not Morocco, I forgot the name, in Cape Town. It was coming from this other country, up there next to UK and stuff. That was so shocking for me, because those are the people who like are smuggling like drugs, but you never hear about them.
I mean, it's like
So
this.
it comes down to us, instigate, so now we can fight with our brothers.
Right, fight, divide and conquer.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say, I even forgot my point, is,
Skis.
I forgot my, and he's paying back because I interrupted him, now I don't remember.
Nah, skis, ghost.
So what I wanted to say was, basically what you're saying, to add on to what you said, is basically like, it's the same thing. It's like if you are a black person, you stole money. from a company, they're gonna show your face, like your worst picture, like Then when a person of another race, you know what I'm saying? They killed their whole family, like massacred them. It's gonna be them with their family, like.
And the media is so powerful. And when you say this now, it's reminding me now of the issue of politics after voting and stuff. When they post EFF, they will say Mali must part.
Yeah.
When they post MK, Zuma's part.
Right.
When it's DA and ANC, it's the others. It's just ANC, DA. They never say like what's party or mang for what. It's
sure.
always those. So the media, like, it's always dividing us. So that they can conquer.
So the media is so powerful because even the stories that we tell, we can really drive a narrative forward. Like this one drove the narrative of Nigerians being criminals and drug lords. So, I mean, we're buying that, and also drove the narrative that white people are rich and black people are poor. Because Shelley is from the suburbs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So forms of media are really powerful in shaping our narrative and our reality because we take from that because it mimics reality.
And I think it's also important that like there are many like I'm not saying like people shouldn't come and tell our stories, but it's also important for us to tell our own stories.
For sure.
Because when we tell our stories, we're telling it from the perspective of how we also see it. They're telling it from the perspective of how they want us to see it.
Right.
And that's very complicated a bit.
There's a gray area.
Yeah. And I think like that's what I'm loving lately when they try to blend like African content, like maybe there will be South African with a Ghanaian, a Nigerian.
That's what they did to Inkabi. Remember the main character is a Kenyan lady.
Yes. And then there's this other series, I forgot, who's this guy? I forgot his name. They have a girl who was studying in US, and then there was
The one Kagiso.
yes, Yakakakis. Because Leonite also revolve around like African countries. I thought that is very beautiful because in a way it also shows us we are related in a way. As much as we can say there are Nigerians there who are selling drugs, it doesn't mean like all of them are doing it because even like us as like black people, like South Africans, we can't say we are all good. They are the good ones, and the ones who are coming from that era, comrades, the one you can't trust. And then there's those ones. So like it's like we are humans. We're capable of anything. So the way we shape our stories, it
matters.
Yeah, it matters because we do not want to divide. At the end of the day, we are having like people who are saying now you want to visit Nigeria, and then they're like, hey, you people you are xenophobic. You understand?
Yeah.
Something happens there to you because of something which happened here. And now you can't do your things proper that side. So yeah, that's it for me. Like I was just trying to add on the
you added it? Yeah, he added it. But 40 minutes of monologue.
It's very important, you know, okay.
Kuzotiwa, you are the only host. Shut up, let me speak.
Who said that, Vele? Azela. Ooh.
Co-host, you must fight for me. You are always quiet there when they are saying.
No, I didn't know about this. Who said this?
They say you must shut up.
I want that person here now.
Do you remember when Peggy Zelle said, Helen Zille must shut up?
It's out now. Adala.
No, he's gonna come here now.
It's out. No more power.
Okay, cool. Now that we've spoken about all of that, let's take it to the tech spec. So that's you, Vele. Your cine's, edit, light. Let's take it to cine and lighting. What are your thoughts? And remember, they had Boma helicopter, Boma taxi rank, Boma shooting, shops, looting.
Yeah.
So walk me through. What do you think?
I thought it was very good, but you know when I was watching is it Jerusalem or Gangster's Paradise?
Gangster's Paradise, Jerusalem. I think that's because the name was taken, no? It wasn't. I don't know why they added Jerusalem. Gangster's Paradise is a group.
Yes, but Jerusalem in a sense plays a role because the grandmother used to make him read like a Bible verse which says, yeah, it's gonna reach Jerusalem, like the land of, is the land of what? Good things and stuff.
And then that even,
In the song.
right, and that
Yeah.
also connects to the ending when he's in jail. Then he comes out.
And then, cause there,
And-
you read, the grandmother comes, remember? Instead of the journalist,
Right.
the grandmother comes at the end, and then she makes him read the working.
Wow.
Yeah, I will still fine.
Yeah, we must check. Eh?
Yeah, so I felt like that was smooth. But yeah, with scene, you know,
And lighting.
and lighting, it was good. But this was one time where I didn't pay too much attention because the storyline was good. When the
What
storyline
kind
is
of
good,
reviewer doesn't pay too much attention?
no, like
But
when the storyline is good, ne, you don't get to see like minor mistakes. So like I couldn't identify mistakes. The only thing I identified for me is what we're gonna talk about when we get to music, you know. But I feel like when it comes to
eye rolling, yes.
no, like I think like when it comes to scene, lighting, greeting, everything was cool. Everything was
Was fine, eh?
Yes,
It added
was
to the
fine.
story.
Yes, and you know we love orange and teal. That's how we
Yeah,
tell our stories.
Orange
Orange
and teal band.
Yeah, even like when it's not teal, but you can tell it just moved a
Kunene,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, like it went to the green signana or back to the blues,
Yeah,
but the teal is
it's
there.
there, yeah.
But it was very good. It did add to barking to the storyline. Yeah. What did you think?
It was nice, guys. Me, I'm not a tech spec, but
Yeah.
I was just watching for enjoyment. The story for me did it all. So the tech specs were just a sprinkle on top.
Yeah.
I love the shot in the helicopter before he gets arrested.
Yeah.
You can see Joburg from that
Yeah.
shot. I really, really love
And-
that. And to introduce us to Joburg from that perspective, I was like, damn, okay, you're really putting me into the world of
Yeah.
Hillbrow.
And
Like, Lapo.
you know what I loved, ne?
Yeah.
Was the use of
There he
telecom.
goes,
Yeah.
yapping.
No, like the telecom building was very necessary for Jerusalem because
Yes.
Jerusalem is just there next to us. You see the
Yeah,
like
next to us.
in Hillbrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't get it, come on, they won't get it.
Cause
They won't get it.
so it's there
Yeah.
and then it gives you Hillbrow Yamampela because
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you see now when the camera comes and then it introduced to Hillbrow and then they show the whole area. I'm like, this how you must use the telecom building.
Right. You mustn't just use it there all the time.
Like everywhere.
Telecom
You are
building.
showing us telecom building but you are shooting in Moitlu.
Exactly.
Like to me it doesn't work. So I felt like that was very good.
You know what else? I really enjoyed that in terms of Cine and all of that. Everything that they used was for a reason. It wasn't just like telecom building. It was to introduce us to the world of Ethiopia.
Yeah.
You understand? It wasn't just vibes. Their choices made sense for the story.
The director.
The director directed
The
to
director
make sense for the
directed.
story, to enhance the story.
Yes,
It wasn't just we just
right,
putting things here.
yeah.
The Bible made sense. It was a seeding for what would happen to the end.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly like what the Bible verse say.
Exactly.
Like
Even the title,
yeah.
Gangster's Paradise, Jerusalem.
Don't you think we're supposed to have part 2?
I think
For
so,
that.
but I think they're gonna fuck it up.
They will fuck it up. Cause now you expect to see this old Madala who like left. Cause now he's in the coast, right?
Right.
Like he's in the coast. But what happens after? Think about it.
They're gonna fuck it up. Whatever happens after, don't do it.
Awuthi ngiyibambe.
Ngena phela, ngena. Do your critiques because you are feeling strongly.
No, like sound was good.
Wait. Not just that. Sorry, you have to do PD and CMS.
Yeah, we'll come. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
come to it. But like,
go.
sound was so good. Like, most of the time, like when they introduce scene when they go to Kasi,
Yeah.
the music blend into that. When they go to the suburbs, the music like there's that smooth transition of music where you're like, now re ko Kasi.
Yeah.
And now
The whole vibe has
yes,
shifted
the
from.
vibe shifted. Like it's so good. And
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
but sound was so good.
Yeah.
Music was so good. Except, I will say, I think Vulindela was a nice song, but I feel like they should have made it specific for Jerusalem, like remake it, remove Siachadisa, cause cause nobody's shouting, like
Shouting.
nobody's shouting. I mean,
You mean rewrite the lyrics?
yes, but specific now you make it for Jerusalem, cause Vulindlela makes sense. It was the time where they were running, right? Like driving, Vulindlela. Yes, Indlela sayifuna because now they're trying to run away from the cops, right? So Indlela uyayifuna lapho, right? But when now I'm making a twin or a Shadisa, it's disconnecting. At that
Shadisa.
point. Yeah,
I'm gonna use that name or that.
it's disconnecting at that point. But I thought like it was a good peak, which I also understand. Like we said, maybe the budget was not budgeting.
Personally, the points that I feel like we've spoken about it already.
Yeah.
The locations were just fantastic.
Fantastic.
The locations that they chose and how they chose to depict whatever was happening really, really enhanced the story. So we had scenes where they were in Hillbrow, then we had scenes where
So way true.
in Soweto, like every location that they chose really, really added to the story because we could understand the shift of if they were at perhaps Shelley's place, their homes, quiet,
Like
the
the background
suburb,
sound, like
you know what I mean? Then we go to the loudness of the taxi rank or Hillbrow. We can hear bop, 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 shouting, all of that type of stuff. Especially when Ulak is taking the people out of the Laki's gang,
Oh, that was so
taking them
sweet.
out of the building, just all of that. I was like, wow. And obviously, costume and all that really added to it as well. From when they were young to now, in high school, how they were dressing. Phela, that's literally, I saw people from the township dressed like that. They hopping on top of the trains, the jerseys there, but grasshopper, whatever.
The
You
way they
like,
introduce
damn.
like those scenes by the
Yeah.
trains and stuff like.
And that's exactly what happens. Like people ride on top of the train, the yellow train, crazy,
I
right?
was inside that 2 times. I was like, never.
Okay. What are you doing inside of the? We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it after.
So those things for me really stood out, especially when you made that point about your LC Tim Zozo.
Tim Zozo, the one
who
we didn't
spoke
like.
about- I didn't say I didn't like him. I don't have beef with no one, guys.
That's down.
Huh?
He's also subscribed. He's gonna see this.
Please watch and continue.
Yeah.
Tell your friends to subscribe.
Yeah, like-
but anyways, the point that you made about you can take the
us
person
to
out of the township,
town.
but you can't take the
And
township
there's
out
a
of
saying
them.
for it. How do they say you can take me out of the ghetto, but you can't take ghetto
Get out of me, yeah. I just said that.
Smooth. You didn't say it that way.
I
I
said-
wanted
but
it
I
that
obviously
way.
switched it to township to fit the
Yeah, I just wanted it to come out that way.
guys. Co-host and I are not okay.
Ah, come on. I just wanted it to be that way. Like,
I know, I
wanted
get
it to
you.
say it
I'm
that
also
way.
joking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so exactly how you said it, because at first we really do see that shift in Lucky.
Yeah.
He changes, as well as the people around him a little bit. Oh, but
Yeah.
Zex had already died, ne?
Yeah, but Ziggs dies at the end. Like it
No,
dies
so
almost
there are changes within
Yeah.
Lucky as well, just how he dresses. So yeah,
But Ziggs doesn't change. That's just
Zex
change.
Zex doesn't change.
It's
like a leather jacket.
yeah.
And
It's
Leather
only-
Valley is still
Yeah, it's only lacking because he's trying to leave the township.
and
to-
go to
Yeah, cause now he had bought a house.
hey a house
Like, yeah.
and that box bands. Hey, aye, was nice. Bands,
It was
please
nice.
sponsor.
It was nice. Got 2008.
Nah.
There was no S63 then. Like it was that. I don't even know.
Whoever edits, please put that bit.
I'm gonna edit. You will
We
see
need to
it.
see it. So, okay, cool. So, what did you think, besides the points that we've already made? Let's not drag it too long.
Yeah.
And let's speak on that, then we'll rate.
Yeah. Nah, I think like we have covered everything. Like
Nah.
you spoke about locations. You spoke about CDS and makeup. Yeah, characters, everything. I think we covered everything. I don't think we have to add anything
Okay.
else. Yeah.
Let's hear your rating. I'm not going first. this
Why?
time. I've said what
Why?
I said. I said I'm not going
Why?
first. I said what I said.
So that when I say 7, you can say 7.1.
Guys,
That's what you wanna do.
my co-host is so childish. Why would I do that?
You
Come
always do
on,
that.
Come on.
Yeah, but I think it was very good, ne? And for that, I'm gonna give it. Let me see your notes.
Yes, my laptop is locked. He doesn't know.
I wanna take screenshot. I think like Jerusalema was so good, guys. It was so good. It's a must watch. I mean, like we have watched it. Go and watch it again.
Watch it many more times.
Yeah,
more than once.
like you will understand, Hore. Yeah, as South Africans who are going through it. I'm giving
Did not
it
expect that. Okay.
9.1. I'm giving it 9.1.
All right, guys. So you've heard it from my
Yeah.
co-host. 9.1 for Jerusalema. We are still saying, please can you support and watch it again and again and again. I feel like Jerusalem is the starting point for, well, Tsotsi was.
Yeah,
but
man, I
like,
love
is the, for Abonakal City, what, like it's the
Yes.
foundation. So yeah, it's such a fantastic one. I'm going to give it the same. 9.1. 9.1.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it the same. I
Wow.
agree with you for once ever in life.
Wow.
That's all I have to say. I won't add anything else.
Yeah.
Do you want to say
and-
anything?
No.
Okay, cool. Guys,
Yeah.
that's it from us. Thank you for tuning in once again. What do I normally say?
Subscribe,
Oh, okay.
subscribe,
guys,
subscribe.
your mind goes blank. These lives are
Yeah.
burning my brain cells. Okay, cool. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was Jerusalema. It is on Netflix. Please watch it. Even if you've watched it, watch it again and see that box bands we were talking about.
You will. I'm gonna put it there. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
You're gonna see it somewhere.
Somewhere,
Yeah. He's gonna put it up. So so I was 9.1. So that means please go and watch, and please continue supporting us. We've done other reviews. Youngins, Fatal Seduction, The Ultimatum, Fatal Seduction, Justice,
Right.
so many.
We did
So
a lot,
please continue supporting us. We appreciate the support. Like, subscribe. Subscribe again. Tell your friends. Write in the comments your thoughts. And that's it from us. We are the Scopers.
Closing. That is really
That was
Kidding.
fantastic,
Guys,
bro.
we're speaking with. That was really good.